So, welcome to Tales Tomorrow. I am Morrow, your storyteller for today, and we're back with some more RPG horror stories. I am so happy that y'all liked meeting Mary in the previous couple of videos and stuff. I'm gonna ask Mary to see if she can join in sometime. I might have to ask some more party members to join for these because it's really fun. I think I'll ask Micah, the artificer, or Thessalia, also a druid. Yes, we have 2 druids in a party, and both are moon druids. Wild, get it? Wild moon druids, rar, they shape. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the first story. Let's get to the first story. D&D player doesn't understand the concept of roleplay. About 3 to 4 months ago, I started playing D&D 5e with a group of friends as well as I was graduating high school. There's me, Rogue, my 2 good friends, one of which plays a bard, graduated with me, and the other one playing a warlock. He's a junior in college. And then we have 2 other players, connected to Warlock Cleric, his girlfriend, and Wizard, Warlock's middle-aged neighbor. And then there is the DM, who is another friend of Warlock who goes to his school. Right off the bat, I'm gonna let you know that Wizard was the problem player. He's a major old-school D&D fanatic, like 1st edition old. Jesus. Does not seem to understand 5e, nor does he have any intention of learning. He was, however, itching to play because he hadn't played in years, and Warlock saw no reason not to let him. We all ended up meeting at Warlock's house to play. So our campaign is very heavily focused on the Shadowfell plane. We initially met in an inn, but are ambushed by some demons from the Shadowfell, as we sleep only to be resurrected by a ranger DMPC. Yeah, the DM is a huge Lord of the Rings fan. We're able to flee without trouble as the ranger leads us to a mysterious city that's been recently terrorized by various entities from the Shadowfell. Over the next few sessions, the party by and large decide to explore the city for clues about Shadowfell and why they're attacking the real world. We end up finding a cult that explains to us how to enter Shadowfell. The cult tells us about a magical song that can open a portal for us mortals to cross. At this point, we had some but little combat, which seems to annoy Wizard. He, in character, says, "Oh great, more dialogue. When am I gonna get a chance to kill something? Maybe I should start with you people," the cult. Mind you, he's supposed to be lawful good. We move on and head off to the sacred abandoned temple to learn the song, and Wizard seemingly gets his wish. On the road to the temple, we're attacked by all manner of entities, from Shadowfell to demons and devils, to Displacer Beast, to Beholders, to these freaking Shadowkai assassins that we just can't seem to shake. We enjoyed it though, and Wizard got his wish, which was more combat. Not every player really enjoys RP, and that's completely fine. At first, when I was playing D&D for the very first time, I was really awkward because I wasn't used to the concept of role-playing in a TTRPG and stuff, because it was just, I don't know, I just never did it before, so I felt a little bit uncomfortable. I was a little rusty. Over time kind of helped me get more in tune with my character, I guess, and now it feels like breathing, I guess, at this point. But I mean, if Wizard just wants to just kill things, that's completely fine. That's kind of part of the fun of D&D 5e, is that you have your roleplay moments, you have the story moments, you have your silly puzzle moments, and then there's combat, throwing fireballs everywhere, hitting people with Eldritch Blast, striking and flanking and advantage and stuff and all that. It's just really cool. I like it. Combat in D&D 5e is super fun. But then we make it to the city where the temple is located. We're greeted by city guards, who lead us to a priest who explains to us that we will need to meet with high priests of the city for a specific key that hasn't been used in millennia in order to go into the temple catacombs and learn the song. When we get to the high priest, Wizard has pretty much tuned out, as Warlock, Cleric, and me do most of the talking to convince the high priest to help us. We are at his keep attempting to convince him to let us have the key. It's in his keep shrine. He's on the fence but decides to pray on it. Once he gets on his knees to pray, he enters a trance, and Wizard finally snaps and kills the high priest. Uh-oh, I think this is the part where it gets kind of messy. We all freak out in character, and he says, "He was taking too long. He's more useful to us for his XP anyway. We know where he keeps his key." So he's obviously metagaming. His character had no rational reason to do this. When we point this out to him out of character, he just says, "I don't give a hell. He was annoying me." But now we have a bigger problem, as the high priest obviously had guards that attack us. Wizard tries to reassure us that we have the upper hand because they're all level 1, we were level 3 and massively outnumbered. The guards beat us and arrest us. As we're getting arrested, Wizard accuses us of bad strategy and resource management and goes over all the ways we could have hypothetically won. We are a bit irritated as he is clearly using this character to vent his frustration at us for something that was 100% his fault. If your character does something drastic that gets the rest of the party in trouble, that's kind of on you, buddy. That's not on anybody else. If you didn't attack and kill the high priest, you guys wouldn't be caught by the guards and have to go through a scuffle and basically be captured and stuff. You know what would have happened? The guy would have preyed on it, given you a quest, you would have went on to catch some different MacGuffin or whatever have you, and then came back for the key. But no, we gotta have fights, we gotta start attacking things, seriously. I get it, dialogue in RPGs and TTRPGs can sometimes go on forever, I get it. But you don't have to be a dick about it and just kill the guy and get everybody else in trouble, and then complain about it afterwards. You have nobody else but yourself to blame, buddy. That's not all. In prison, Cleric attempted to reason with the guards, appealing to their shared faith and apologizing for Wizard's action, hypothesizing the Wizard may have been temporarily possessed by Shadowfell entities and therefore cannot be legally responsible for what happened. To our benefit, the guards bought it, and our party would be granted an audience with the Marquis of the city for a fair accounting of what happened. This would also be a perfect opportunity for us to explain the authorities our solution to the Shadowfell threat, maybe work together. Once we get to the Marquis' keep, Wizard then says, "Account only 5 guards and 1 pampered noble. A rookie mistake." We beg him not to do what he is thinking, but he decides to cast a lightning bolt on the Marquis. It demands that the other spellcasters start firing spells on the other guards, believing that we can win, as we are restrained. God damn it. All you had to do is just not do that, Wizard. Hey, how about you talk to the rest of your party, be like, hey guys, so we probably could win this if y'all are on board with it, and convince them. But if people don't want to get a fight, then why are you doing this? You clearly gotta get people in trouble. Please don't tell me that he's gonna pull like, that's what my character would do. I swear if he does that, I'm actually gonna flip some tables. The Marquis is killed, and the idiot Wizard asks, how much XP does that get us? Are we able to level up yet? As hordes of guards pour in and attack us. Why is this Wizard playing like this is a video game where you get like XP and stuff and that's the most important part? D&D 5e, I mean, yeah, you do have XP, you have a lot of RPG mechanics, but for the most part, you're collectively telling a story together. It's a collaborative game where everybody tells a story and everybody is involved in the same story. This Wizard is playing like it's the next Skyrim mission or something, and he's trying to just like get XP so he can go to the level up menu, reset his health and stuff, and get a new perk. Why is it doing that? I don't know anything about first edition D&D, so maybe there's a little bit of draw off from that or something like that. Or let me know in the comment section below if you have any experience with it. The guy is just like doing whatever he wants to do and just focusing on the XP and the mechanics and the mechanical parts of it, when like you could just try telling a story with other people. You could try, he's not even giving that a try. The DM is merciful enough to let us wiggle our way out of our chains, and we end up escaping with the exception of Wizard and Cleric. The former didn't even try to escape, after he died and started cursing and yelling at us and asking why we fled. We told him it was an unwinnable situation and that he brought this on himself. Now, we will have to sneak back into the late High Priest keep to steal his key. I remember I told Wizard that he made this whole thing way harder than it needed to be, but we are up to the challenge, so roll a new character. If you just let the guy just keep doing what he's doing, he's never gonna learn anything. He's just gonna make another character, watch him make another wizard, or like warlock, a sorcerer, and just gonna come back and do combat. Bam! I use lightning bolt, I use fireball, I use whatever I can. DM, how much experience do I get? I know that level 3 players don't get fireball and stuff, but like humor me for a little bit, right? You get what I mean. He's gonna just go on blasting and casting until he get his experience again. Maybe loot his corpse, the wizard corpse again. I betcha. Wizard just got angrier again, started pointing out all the ways we could have won, but we couldn't, and that we were too pussy to actually fight. He then goes on a rant about how D&D is not about sneaking around or role-playing for hours on end. It's about the freaking combat. He was now clearly pissed off IRL. He eventually ended up calling Cleric, who is again his friend's girlfriend, a dumb bitch after she told him to stop yelling. Warlock then got angrier than he ever has and told him in no uncertain terms that he was to get out of his house immediately. Wizard then told us the next day over text that he wasn't coming back because we were rude and apparently don't know how to play real D&D. Yeah, the other players are rude, not the guy that's screaming and yelling because of TTRPG and can't even communicate with people normally because everything gotta be a problem. It's everybody else's fault. It's not my fault. I tied the guy because I wanted XP. It's your guy's fault for not working with me and doing what I wanted to do, what I wanted to say. And how dare you try to besmirch me? This isn't real D&D. It's not about role-playing and storytelling. It's about combat and XP and kills. Man, go play Skyrim. Go play any other RPG. Go play freaking Baldur's Gate if you really want to grind XP and want to skip the story. Put it on easy difficulty, right? And then skip through all the story cutscenes, right? And just go play that. Play a single player RPG. Don't play TTRPGs with other people because clearly you want to play a single player game. Clearly the wizard just want to play a single player game. He doesn't want to play with other people. He doesn't want to role play. He doesn't want to do any of that. Go play a single player game. Easy. Seriously. Why couldn't the guy... If you don't want to play with other people, why are you going over and playing with other people in the first place then? For real. So yeah, honestly, in my opinion, good riddance. What an asshole. I've never seen my friend get that angry, but I get it. Yep, good riddance, honestly. Anyway, let's get over to the next story. Shouting at the DM for bad dice luck. Oh, look at that. Somebody else yelling and screaming and stuff. You know what? We're already going with that theme, so might as well. This post is an old story about me and some fellow players that gave our poor DM too much grief for unlucky rolls and a bad choice. Some details may be off due to it being some years back, but it's more of a short reminder of not behaving like brats and blaming it on the DM. We were playing Adventures League online in a group organized by a local game store that is now closed. Rest in peace. It was a rather late game that started around 20. Oh, 8 p.m. It must be somebody from Europe or something. We were exploring some ancient tomb or temple, and everything was going well. We had cleared the traps. There were being some nice RP with a restrictive framework of AL, and we got to the boss chamber. We were asked to make a perception check, and we failed, leading to a surprise attack. Oh well, we roll initiative. For the first few rounds, we could count the attacks that actually went through on a single hand, and someone made a joke about the lack of dice presence on roll 20. One of us goes down with another one, soon to follow, and we start complaining loudly that this was unbalanced. Our DM, to his credit, said something along the lines of, "Look, we're all tired, but the session post said it was a hard one. You're overreacting, and I don't have the energy for this. Pipe it down and we can continue. Or drop the session. Take a vote." Yeah, late night sessions can be a little bit rough. I've done some late night sessions as a player and as a DM, and well, sometimes people just get tired and stuff, you know? What's the point of trying to rile it up? Like, I don't know. When I'm tired, I don't even have the energy to argue with anybody. I just want to sleep. One player then said, "Yeah, that's pretty childish. You're right, sorry." The rest of us muttered some embarrassing apologies. The DM gives one player inspiration for an in-character joke they made shortly after resuming. Probably the DM throwing us a bone. And we beat the boss. Barely. So yeah, don't be like us that night. Don't trash the DM who's given up his everything because RNGesus was helping someone else at that moment. Do be like the DM calling out our stupidity. Sometimes calling a spade, as things go south, is the best way to de-escalate and carry on. Another very important lesson. Be kind to the people you're playing with, whether it's a DM or a player. And listen, I get it, dice rolls can suck really badly. I recently played in my buddy's Destiny D&D campaign, like the very first session ever, and man, I couldn't hit any of my shots, dude. I was shooting everything that I had and I couldn't hit any of my shots. The problem was my proficiency wasn't being added, but still, I got some really bad rolls when it came to doing any sort of combat. I got some great rolls when I was like investigating stuff and rolling technology, a new stat that added for Destiny D&D. Man, it felt like really bad. Roll attack. I miss again, DM. 5th time in a row. I guess I'll end my turn and just wait to miss again. It was rough, dude. Sometimes die rolls can just be really terrible, but like it's not anybody's fault. The DM is not doing anything wrong. DM is typically not your entertainment machine, or how some of these RPG horror stories like to make them out to be, these vindictive DMs that want to ruin your fun and ruin your quality D&D RPG time. Like, somebody's just another person that is playing the game. Just relax. It's okay. And with that, that's gonna be all our stories for today. I want to thank you very much for watching, and thanks so much for being here. If you like what I do, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. Also, if the RPG Horror Stories ever goes down, or if you want to submit your own personalized horror story, email is down in the description below. I'll see you again in more Tales Tomorrow. Bye-bye.